So if you clicked on this video, chances are you are either just starting out looking to build muscle, or maybe you've been working out for a little bit now and you feel like you've hit a plateau, or you haven't seen the scale go up, or you haven't seen the changes in your physique that you would have liked to see by now. So basically my goal for this video is to give you guys the system that I currently use today to build muscle still after, I've been working out for almost 4 years. And so this is what I do today, man, and I'm getting results with it today. So I know for a fact no matter where you're at in your fitness journey, this will work as long as you apply it consistently, of course. So after this video, man, information will not be the problem for you. And that is my goal today here. So, sit down, grab your pen and paper, and really focus on what I'm about to say, because I'm about to go in depth. This isn't going to be like a raw talk mindset video. This is just going to be me breaking it down to you guys. So yeah, like I said, pay attention, man. And let's go ahead and we'll just hop right into it. All right, guys. So here we go. This is the simplest guide to building muscle consistently. And like I said, this is the exact 4-pillar system that I use today. We're going to go over 4 main pillars, man. 4 main pillars. And so my plateau was 180. I started at 140 pounds. And once I got to about 180, like, I was doing everything that got me to 180, thinking that it was just going to keep working. And I'm not going to lie, you guys, like, I probably was spinning my wheels for like 180, or not for 180, for a year. And granted, like, I learned a lot, that's how you learn, is through experience. And those are the lessons that stick with you the hardest. If I had the right system at that time, I would have been, probably where I want to be at with my physique right now, which is, my goal is about, like, I want to be sub 10% body fat. So by the time I get to 200, I'm going to cut down until I get to around 8% body fat. But again, man, I learned a lot. But I'm trying to save you guys some time here. So yeah, so once I started implementing this system, the scale started going up, and you guys got to remember, like, the longer you're working out, the more muscle that you gain, the less potential you have for muscle growth. So if you're lighter right now, if you haven't been working out for as long, like, the scale's it's gonna go up quicker for you than it is for me. I'm aiming for about half a pound a week, whereas, like, I have clients that are gaining like 1 to 2 pounds a week, because they're more in the beginning phase, and that's normal, but once you get up to that, more, like, depending on your height, but like for me, once I got to 180, it was more so like half a pound a week is what I'm aiming for. Anything more than that, you're just going to add on unnecessary fat. So this system is also designed for you to not gain unnecessary fat, of course. So it's basically a lean bulk guide, if you will. So breaking it down here, we're going to start with training. All right. So let me zoom out a little bit. All right. So first off, starting with training, man, how you want to approach this is you want to hit each muscle group more than once a week. So you could do push-pull legs. That's excuse me. That's a split that I hit for the first couple of years of me working out. And you could keep hitting that. The split isn't the problem. I'm currently hitting back and chest, arms and shoulders and legs. And the reason for that is because I feel like I was trying to put more emphasis. I looked at my physique recently, like in the past couple months, and I'm not going to lie, like, my legs, I was looking at my legs and I'm like, shoot, bro, like, I feel like my upper body doesn't look like 185 pounds, And so I'm like, dang, maybe I got to just, like, chill out on the legs a little bit. So I was hitting legs twice a week. Or not twice a week. I was just like, I turned the volume down a little bit, but my goal really with this split was to put more emphasis on my arms. So I was kind of isolating them. So, like, when you hit push, you're hitting your presses, you're benching, your shoulder presses. By the time you get to triceps, you're already fatigued. So like when I hit arms now, I'm coming in fresh. So my biceps and my triceps, when I'm hitting those, I'm like 100% strength energy. So I'm able to like kind of put more focus on like the reps and the movement and whatnot. So that's really it. And then same thing with like back, when you're hitting bicep workouts in between, and I feel like it just made sense to me in the beginning to hit push pull legs, because it's like, oh, when you're pushing, you're moving or you're using your chest, your triceps, and your shoulders, and so it made sense to me at the time. But for me right now, this is the split that I'm running. So back and chest is gonna be, or sorry, real quick. So you want to work out 5-6 days a week. 7 days is like, bro, if you want to work out 7 days a week, go for it. I leave my Sundays open for the Lord. But if you want to work out 7 days a week, go for it. 5 to 6 is optimal. So for your back and chest day, man, you're going to want to hit 3 back workouts and 3 chest workouts. So when you're hitting your back, you want to make sure you're targeting all parts of your back, right? So you want to get an upper back workout in there, a mid, and a lower. So your upper could look something like, a pull down to where you're pulling it to your chest rather than down. It could be something like face pulls. It could be something like upright rows to target your traps. You want to get a mid cable row in there and a lower. So a lat pull down for the lowers is perfect. Your chest, 2 presses and a fly. So the fly is going to be on the cables or with the pec deck. For your presses, I like just flat bench press and incline dumbbell press. Sometimes I'll do incline press on the Smith machine. But that's really it, man. That's really it for that. Arms and shoulders, 2 bicep, 2 tricep, 2 shoulder. So when I go in there, I'm hitting hammer curls and some type of supinated curl, whether that's with the dumbbells or with the cables. And triceps, I like to target one workout for the long head, and then a workout that's going to hit more of that short head and the medial head. So I'll do skull crushers and some type of push down on the cables. And then 2 shoulder. So literally, bro, like I just spam shoulder press and lateral raises. I love lateral raises, man. Those blew my shoulders up. I've been doing those since day one. So yeah, if you want it, you could do rear delts too. You could throw a third one in there if you want. Shoot, you could throw a third bicep and tricep workout in there. I do that as well. So if I have the time, I will do 3 of each rather than 2 of each. But you could get away with 2, especially if you're working out 5, 6, 7 days a week. So, and then legs, man. So this is going to be 2 squat variations. I love back squatting. I don't recommend doing it every time, but I do back squat at least once a week. And then I'll either do hack squat or pendulum squat. You could also do leg press too, but just pick 2 squat variations, man. Stop trying to leg extension your way to success, dude. Like I'd see so many people do that. They have leg day and they just instantly go to leg extensions because it's easy. And I'm like, bro, like use all your energy for the squats, bro. There's a reason that squatting sucks, bro. It's because it works. It blows your quads up, blows your legs up. So just suck it up, man. Get your squats in. RDLs with the barbell for your hamstrings. That also hits your lower back a little bit too. Which is good for an aesthetic physique. So after that, adductors and abductors. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But it's just the machine where I call them man spreads, where you kind of out and in, you're sitting down and you kind of bring your legs outward and inward. Calf raises, hamstring curls, and leg extensions for that. And then abs, fit them in wherever you can, man. Like whenever you're having a workout where you feel like you were maybe locked in and you kind of like were good on time. I just like to fit abs twice a week in, and whenever I do hit abs, I'll do 2 ab workouts, 3 sets of each. So I like weighted crunches and Russian twists. If you know how to do if you know how to do the crunches with the cables, like with the rope, I've been doing that for the past few months and I've been figuring it out. The form is a little tough, but once you figure it out, it's better than like the seated one. the machine, and then Russian twist. You could also do leg lifts too, to target more of that lower section. But yeah, like I said, man, just fit it in wherever you can. Twice a week is what you want to aim for. You don't got to go crazy with it, because abs are made in the kitchen. Like, it's a true statement. Like, you still want to train them because they are a muscle, but like, your abs aren't going to show unless you have a lower body fat percentage. So, all these workouts, man, you want to be in the 8 to 12 rep range. That's just optimal, man, for like growth wise. Like, obviously strength, that's a different story, but we're going over growth here. We're trying to build that muscle here. So, 8 to 12 rep range. And so training to failure and progressive overload are huge in this whole thing, man. So you guys got to understand, like, the process of how muscle actually builds. So, when you go into the gym and you're working out and let's say you're doing bicep curls and it burns by the end of the set, it's because you just tore that muscle down, bro. You just tore up the muscle fibers. So the way it works is you go into the gym, you tear up your muscle fibers. When you're outside the gym, you're refueling, you're resting, and those muscle fibers are growing back bigger for as long as you refuel and rest, and for as long as you tear the muscle down enough. So train to failure, bro, and like actually fail. Like, I'm probably gonna have to like throw in a little video somewhere in here of me like training to failure, just because I don't know, like, I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this, dude, but like, a lot of guys just don't, like, even me sometimes today, I'm like, I will push for that extra rep or two, and my mind told me a rep or two prior, like, we're done, bro, like, that's it. And I was like, nah, let me see if I got one more. And I pushed it out. So y'all got to remember, like, your mind quits way before your body. A lot of times you have stuff left in the tank. Like, you should literally be, failure means failure. It doesn't mean like, I feel like I'm done. It's like, no, like, you try to get it up and you genuinely can't. So train to failure, bro, please. Because if you're not, this is the way you got to look at it. Let's say you hit 10 reps, right, in a set. Those first 7 are basically getting you up to those last 3 reps where it really matters. So the true set doesn't even really start till it hurts and you're burning and your mind is telling you, all right, bro, this is starting to suck. That's when the true set really starts. So that's what you got to look at it as, man. If you're quitting, if you're stopping the set when you had more left in the tank, you just wasted your time, essentially. So train to failure, bro. Progressive overload is also huge, man. So I'm gonna try to explain this in the simplest way possible, but let's say you are benching 135, right? That's just a 45 on each side. And let's say you hit it for 8 reps one week. The next week you hit it for 10 reps. The next week you hit it for 12. Once you hit that weight for 12 reps, just go ahead and up the weight. And so let's say you add 10 pounds on each side. So now you're up to 155 and you're hitting that for 8 reps. And then the next week you're hitting that for 10 reps. And then the next week you're hitting it for 12. Now you add 10 more pounds on each side. Now you're at 175 and then you hit that for 8 reps. So you're just gradually increasing the weight as you notice yourself hitting, once you hit that 12 rep range, there's no need to go beyond that. That's when you want to add weight. Okay. So I think that pretty much covers the training part, man. So we're going to go ahead and go on over to nutrition. All right. Where a lot of guys just overcomplicate it, man. Same with training too. Your split matters, but at the end of the day, like, as long as you're giving your muscles like 48 to 72 hours before hitting them again, and you have a split that allows you to hit each muscle group twice a week, then you'll be all right, bro. Okay, so nutrition, man. Again, we're talking about muscle growth and overall, like, just gaining weight. So you're gonna want to be eating in a calorie surplus. All right, 300 to 500 above your maintenance is fine. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to find your maintenance on a TDEE calculator. So that stands for total daily energy expenditure. Also, people interchange it with, your maintenance calories. Basically, what that is just the number of calories that your body uses a day just to function. The calories you're burning to walk to your car and open the door, and the calories that you're burning like in the shower when you're washing yourself. Like, we're constantly burning calories. So you need to find your maintenance calories, and let's say, like, for example, mine's about 3,000. So my goal every day is to eat 3,500 calories. If I can go above that, great. But that is going to be the most important. Okay, a lot of people put so much emphasis on protein, right? Because, like, you grow up and all these adults are telling you, and like, they don't even know nothing about working out, but they're just like, oh, drink milk, eat your protein, and it's like, yeah, like, protein grows and repairs your muscle, but it's also the most satiating food. Like, it fills you up the quickest. So if you're in a calorie surplus, your protein is almost naturally going to get hit regardless. Like, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's not a lot. You don't need more than that. So you can easily get protein, half of it through, some liquids. Like, if you do a protein shake that I have here, the one you see more right here at the bottom, and then if you have a glass of whole milk with each meal, like, you're going to get half your protein just from that. And then getting it with the rest of your foods, like, as long as you're having a protein source in each of your meals, you're going to hit it, bro. So you could track it, if you want. I'm going to be honest, like, track your calories, like, down to the T. Make sure that you're hitting your calories. Otherwise, you're just not going to gain weight. Okay? So, obviously track, it's important to track all of them just to make sure. But as long as you know that, like, all of your meals have a protein source, and how much calories are in those meals and drinks or whatever you're taking in, and it's hitting your calorie surplus, like, chances are you're going to hit it. So maybe you could just do it as an experiment. Like, just don't try to go overboard with the protein. Just, aim more for calorie dense meals, and then just see, you'll notice, like, dang, bro, like, it was not that hard to hit your protein goal. So, and then 2 to 3 grams of carbs per pound of body weight. I like to do, higher carbs on training days. I will do carbs before if I can. I'm working out in the mornings now at 4 a.m. So I'm not, for the most part, I'm just working out fasted now. And then as soon as I get home, I'm slamming 1,000-calorie protein shake. So yeah, like I said, man, just with your proteins and your carbs, like, try to eat your carbs first, because protein's going to fill you up quick. So if you can, just try to eat foods that have more carbs and that are more calorie dense. So you want to spread your meals out. It's better to have, spread these meals out between like 4 to 6 meals rather than having, 2 to 3 bigger meals. The reason for this is it's just going to be, in my opinion, this has been easier, because if I try to just eat like one big meal, like, I still, like, sometimes to this day, man, I still get full pretty quick. So, and we're not talking like when I say meal, I'm not talking about like a full course, like steak, potatoes, vegetable, glass of milk. Like, I consider my protein shake a meal. A meal is really, like, what I'm defining and what most people define as a meal is just like food. Like, not like a handful of freaking raisins. Like, that's not a meal, of course, but like anything that is 600 to 800 calories, like, that's a meal, bro. Sometimes maybe even less, but you want to just make sure you're spreading it out. Also for, digestive purposes too. Your body's going to have a better, easier time digesting if you're spreading it out, and allowing your body to kind of digest smaller portions at a time. So what to eat, this is huge, man, because if, the goal is to obviously not gain excess fat. So we're going to stick with mainly whole foods here. So chicken thigh, 80-20 ground beef, steak, lamb, salmon, and then carbs. You see the carbs, jasmine rice, pasta. If y'all don't know about the Bartilla protein pasta, I'll put y'all on with that. That's pretty calorie dense. potatoes and bananas. So also excuse me, if you guys don't know about beef tallow as well, use beef tallow. Fry your meats in beef tallow. So your ground beef, your steak, lamb as well. Honey is a great carb source too. I always throw that in, with my protein shakes every time, bro. Honey is goated for sure. So just, when you're having a meal, I'll take it as the way I do. So literally my day is a protein shake for breakfast because I'm not hungry in the morning. My lunch is either something that I meal prepped, which is literally one of these proteins paired up with one of these carbs and then like some seasoning, bro. That's literally it. It's easier. And then if I don't meal prep lunch, I'll just go get something from like, Wawa or like Chick-fil-A or Chipotle and try to keep it cleaner. And then my dinner, again, is literally just a protein paired up with one of these carbs and then another protein shake. So that's 4 meals. I have 4 meals in my day, and I am doing 2 shakes right now because my appetite is just not really the best. Couldn't tell you exactly why. Maybe just stress. I don't really know. Or it's just like the skinny guy nature in me. I don't know. But yeah, man, that kind of goes into my next thing. Drink some of your calories. It's going to make it 1,000 times easier. This is a protein shake that I make. And if you get tired of peanut butter, you can use coconut oil instead. You can swap it out, or you could do both to get more calories in there. And then with each one of your meals, bro, if you can, obviously if you're at home, it's easier, a glass of whole milk. But like even when I, take lunch, if I'm at work during the week and I'm able to, like, let's say I stop at Wawa, bro, I'm grabbing a freaking thing of whole milk. It's easy 400, 600 calories because I'll grab the freaking bigger one that's like 4 cups, So, yeah, man, that is nutrition. Again, like, I can't stress enough, bro. The consistency is key here, y'all. Consistency is freaking key. Like, you can't just do this majority days of the week and expect to get results. Like, this has to be an everyday thing, bro. Everyday thing. You need to be in a like, this is more when it comes to gaining weight and muscle growth, like, this is honestly more important than the training because you could be training every single day as hard as you want to, but if you're not backing it up with a calorie surplus every single day, you're not going to gain the weight, bro. You're not going to gain the weight. So that's that, man. 7 out of 7 days a week, you need to be sticking to this crap, man. Need to be. All right. Recovery. So 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Allowing 48 to 72 hours before training a muscle group again. Static stretching post-workout. Mainly on legs, bro. Like, I'll get home from legs and I'll stretch my legs out for like 5-10 minutes. Just feels great, honestly, and it's good. Hitting your nutrition goals every day is going to help with recovery as well. Stay hydrated with plenty of water. 2 ofs in there, whatever. Active recovery on non-training days to increase blood flow and manage your stress as best as you can, of course. If you guys know a little bit about me already, like, I don't manage stress the way I used to anymore. I used to smoke, used to drink. I don't do that stuff anymore, man. I don't manage my stress like that anymore. I recommend you get locked in with your faith, man. If you don't have a relationship with God, that's been huge with me for managing my stress. And also just honestly, like, just doing all of this, like working out and creating good habits managed my stress. Because like when I wasn't doing stuff in my life that was productive, that's why I was stressed out, So yeah, man. Let's see. So yeah, these are the supplements that I take, man. Creatine is like, everybody should be taking creatine, man. Like, it's the most scientifically backed supplement and like widely approved supplement. Like, there's really nothing bad about it. It's cheap, man. Get the unflavored, just put it in your protein shake or your pre-workout, whatever. This helps muscles produce ATP faster, so that's like your body's quick energy source. Promotes muscle growth and recovery. 5 grams daily. I take, about 8 to 10 because I'm bigger, but I'll just look it up for like what your your height and your age and your weight is. But like 5 grams is just like the rule of thumb. But yeah, creatine will, you will carry more water weight with it, which is going to make you look a little bigger. So it's kind of a good thing in my opinion. Um, it keeps your muscles more hydrated, so in the gym you're going to have more endurance as well. Whey protein doesn't really matter, man. Just make sure it's third party tested. Magnesium glycinate. Make sure it's not like the make sure it's glycinate. This supports muscle function. Like it'll help you with your cramps and your twitches and tightness and stuff, but also improves sleep and aids recovery. So you're going to get a lot higher quality sleep with this, and you're going to recover better during that sleep since it's going to be higher quality sleep. Um, so something I started implementing recently was I needed to improve my digestion because I just felt more full. Like I feel like I would eat and like for some reason like more than it used to. I would like it would take longer for my body to digest, and I wasn't like hungry for my next meal for like longer. I felt like so. I've been taking probiotics to improve my digestion and reduces bloating as well, and pre-workout. So obviously, like the only things that I like truly like recommend, like non-negotiables, are creatine, and I mean like everything else is gonna support you, but like the only thing you really need is creatine. Like I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like whey protein, I haven't been using whey protein like the past week, and I've still been hitting my protein goal. So, um, you can obviously if you're struggling hitting your protein goal and get some, but just track it and see how you do, and figure out whether or not you need one. So yeah, that covers that, man. And then the last thing, man, this is the last pillar, man. It's just gonna be routine. So obviously, like I just shared all the information as far as training, nutrition, recovery. That's all the information that you need, man. If you need to watch it back, listen to it again, whatever, do go for it. But the easiest way that you're gonna be able to get this stuff done is having a routine. So go to sleep knowing what your day is going to look like for tomorrow. Otherwise, like if you don't plan your day out before, your day is going to be subject to change, like for whatever. So if you can go into your next day knowing what it's going to look like, this is going to be a lot easier. So on top of that, man, going like doing stuff at the same times every day is what's helped me stick to this stuff for longer. So going to the gym at the same time every day, going to sleep at the same time every day, eating the same meals for like that week, and then I'll swap it out. Excuse me. Eat your meals at the same time every day. Hit the same workouts with the same split. All right? Like don't stress out about, I got to find something new to hit, bro. You don't need to, man. You don't, bro. Like people throw out some like crazy information sometimes, bro, and it's just like, sure, like it works, but does it really matter? No, it doesn't. So don't stress about like, I've been hitting the same tricep workout. Like, has it worked, bro? Then keep doing it. You could, if you get bored of it, maybe throw something else in there. But there's a reason you're gonna go look at everybody's workout routine, best tricep workout, best chest workout, and you're all gonna end up seeing like the same stuff. It's gonna be little tweaks here and there, but nothing crazy. So yeah, again, man, try your best not to have every day look different. That's my biggest suggestion for you guys, for this whole thing. Stick to routine. And that's basically it, man. That's basically it. All I really have left to tell you guys is this, man. When you have goals in life, when you have, especially fitness goals, like this requires you to be a new person, because you are at where you're at right now. Maybe you're just starting out. You don't like what you see in the mirror. Maybe you've hit a plateau and whatever it is. You can't expect to become a new man while remaining the same man. So practically, this may look like you not going out on the weekends anymore, or you not eating fast food anymore, or you not staying up so freaking late because you got a show that you enjoy, or just you don't become a new man by just cutting out bad habits. You become a new man by replacing them. So if you want to become a better, the better version of yourself that you see in your head, and that's the dude that you want to be like, shredded, your dream physique, the mindset, whatever it is, you have to start moving like that dude before you become him, right? So you gotta, like, this is gonna be like a lifestyle change, and it could be scary in the beginning. I remember like when I was living a certain way for so long and I was looking at the stuff like, man, like, I'm not ready to give these things up. Not ready to give up the weed, not ready to give up going out and staying up late and stuff like that. Well, then, Merry Christmas, bro. You can stay where you're at. Have fun. You got a decision to make, man. How bad do you really want it? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to forego, man? So, do what's best for you, man. Stop looking for people's permission to chase your goals, man. And that is pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have for this, man. Obviously, if you want one-on-one coaching, if you want help personally, like implementing this plan into your life, then there will be a link in the description. You can book a call with me and we can see if working together would be a good fit, or you can just DM me on Instagram with any questions or just whatever, man. So that is basically it, man. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this, and hopefully you guys can start implementing this into your life today and getting results today, man. So God bless you guys.